out the lineup in the 9-hole, number 48. Mizuno's first pitch is called the ball. And this is on Dauk. He was 2 for 4 in the first game, scored the first run of the afternoon in the first inning. And he also came in with a pretty good average. Or no, excuse me, nope, 259. He's got a good on-base percentage, though, of 389. Quite a few walks taken. So he has 18 walks, but he does, or 19 walks, but he does have 18 strikeouts. So 2-1 count, as I was getting through the statistics. Mizuno brings a fastball in there for a strike. Mizuno came in as a pitcher and an infielder, but at least his sophomore year, he's mainly focused on pitching. I don't see that he hasn't a bat yet this year. The 2-2 is fouled back and will stay there. Now Mizuno has a sign out of the windup. Low pitch, scooped by Wingard, and we go full to the first hitter of the game. Both pitchers pitched complete games in game one. Levinson getting the win, and that one's fouled back, and we'll do full count again. And Rudolph for St. John's took the loss. Levinson really kind of zoned in after he was down 2-0 after 4 hitters with a double, single, and an RBI ground out. Fielder's choice. Then after that, he put up zeros the rest of the way. And the slow curveball from Shun Mizuno breaks across the outside corner. And the Dauk doesn't like it, but he goes down with a looking strikeout for the first out of game number 2. And that brings up Joe Becker. Becker was 1 for 3 with a sac bunt and a RBI double and scoring a run in game 1. Pitches in there for a strike. Coming into the doubleheader, Becker was second on the Johnnies and hitting 394. This one's grounded to the right side. Margolis is over, fields it clean, has time, throws it to Burton for the second out. And that'll bring up Max Nyrop. Nyrop playing first. He DH'd in the first game. He was 2 for 3 in game number 1. Was on deck when the Johnnies finished up their hitting in the top of the 7th in game 1. He takes the first pitch in there for a strike. It's probably the top of the zone right there. But now Mizuno's next pitch. Swung through, strike 2. Shun has a sign out of the windup. Just misses off the outside corner, trying to get Nair up to maybe take a swing at a pitch off the plate, but Nair held up, and it's a 1-2 count now. One delivery, grounded up the middle. That one's going to get through for a single. Right up over kind of just the shortstop side of the pitching rubber. Mizuno, being the righty, fell off towards first, so there's no chance he could have got there. And Palma just playing normal position, not really have a chance to get that one. Now he's a little bit more up the middle for one, a possible play at second, but also the lefty. Amundsen's up, the center fielder here in game number 2. Amundsen now with runner on first and 2 down. In the first game, Amundsen was 1 for 3. He did reach on a fielder's choice where he got an RBI and also singled and got caught stealing, trying to steal third in a double steal. That pitch misses in, we go 2-0. Amundsen coming into the doubleheader was hitting 284. So bump that up just a little bit with his 1 for 3 performance. Takes a strike there, and we go 2-1. Not a very big lead at first base. He does dangle the gloves like Willie Mays Hayes from Major League. Pitch gets a little bit away from Bowman, but Nyrup's not going to do anything over there. Off-speed hit down the line, right field. I think that's going to curve foul, and it does. But it does get up onto the football field. And get one hop just before the track and got out there. So it's a long strike, and we go full. Burton's tells his pitcher he's playing behind the base runner. And so Nyrop's going to get to go with the pitch. Infield will cross it up on a grounder. And grounder up the middle. Margolis is over. He's got to throw on the run. He gets it to Burton, keeps his foot, and that's the last out. So no runs, one hit, no errors, one left on. We're going to the bottom of the second. Johnny 0. Scott's coming to bat. And ball 1. So Shun's one of the pitchers that does work out of a full windup with no one on base. As he drops in a curveball for a strike, we go to a 1-1 count. A lot of pitchers, especially at the D3 high school, lower level college ball, will kind of pitch out of the stretch the whole time, because that way once people are on base, they're not really changing up anything about their windup or anything like that. So, but some kids develop and they just are more comfortable on the windup, so they do that with no one on base. The 1-1 is into the dirt. Good block by Bowman, and we go to a 2-1 count. Oh, excuse me, 2-2 count. Okay. I missed a pitch there, but I guess it was a strike. Off speed, stays up, so we're going full. And now the full count pitch is hit hard to right field. That one's going to probably be off the scoreboard. Alexander's got to play it off. It kind of dies quickly. He gets over. A good throw in, but Jackson Peter is out of the box hard and gets a leadoff double in the top of the second. And that brings up Jack Schlepper. He was 0 for 3 in game 1, coming into the doubleheader. Schlepper, where is he at? He was hitting 333 before that, so he's dropped a little bit. A bunt, and Gumage is unable to play. He was playing back, not really expecting it, and Schlepper drops down a bunt. And it'll be a bunt single. So back-to-back hits for the Johnnies, has it at first and third with no one out. And I'll bring up Zach Selchow. He didn't play in game 1. But Selchow is a senior from Apple Valley. And he comes in hitting 205, 8 for 39, 2 doubles, 8 RBIs, 6 strikeouts versus 4 walks. He's showing bunt as well, up in fastball. And Bowman wants to see if he offered at it. It was a late pullback, but I think he did pull back, and the field umpire agrees. Bowman, when he was asking for it, the Jonathans in the dugout definitely said no, he didn't go, and I tend to agree with him, and that was what the umpire said as well. We'll see, way up in the box, so he's obviously bunting again. Let's see if he steps out of the box. He doesn't, but he chops at it and doesn't get the job done on the foul ball. Kind of how Bowman did in the first game. Rather than just accepting the ball and, using the pitch where it's at to place it, he kind of chopped at it. Again, he's up in the box, so imagine he's going to show bunt again. Burton's got to hold him on, but Gumage is in at third. He does swing away and fouls it down the line, and now it's 1-2. So have to see if St. John's coach keeps the bunt on, or puts it back on, I should say. That's Haugen. Doubt he will, especially because Selchow hadn't gotten any at-bats yet today. Guess he's just always up in the box, and he pops that one up. It's going to go foul and stay at 1-2. If he takes much more of a step with his front foot, he might be out of the batter's box, which at that point, especially early in the game, you can easily see that as an umpire. And you make contact with the ball and your foot's out of the batter's box, that's an automatic out. Instead, he hits a hard one hopper that gets over the glove of Palma as he was trying to backhand that for the double play. Probably going to be a hit, but wait for the official ruling. And it is a hit, so an RBI single for Selchow. And Johnny's tied up. That brings up Ryan Jensen. Ryan Jensen also didn't play in game one as Coach Parrington talks to his pitcher Shun and the rest of the infield. But Jansen was a sophomore infielder from St. Cloud, went to Cathedral High School, and on the year, if I can find him on their statistics, he's hitting 200, his second start of the year, 1 for 5, does have an RBI, strikeout, and 2 walks. So Parrington talking to the infield. My guess is he probably just wanted to call out the bunt defense, but it does look like they're going to start getting someone loose as the pitching coaches, or one of the coaches, is walking down to the bullpen to advise who they're going to start getting loose. But it looks like they had the third baseman Gumage in, but Burton's playing behind the runner at first, but he's just behind him. So not sure if he's going to have Jansen bunt. He does show. St. John's, even McAllister has shown the bunt. A lot of times in college baseball these days, especially with the metal bat still, you're trying to play for that big inning, but it does look like St. John's and McAllister Day, knowing with the cold weather, you're probably looking to just get the runs when they can. That time Jansen offered as he tried to get like almost a softball running start on his bunt. And he did bunt through it and didn't make contact, so it's a 1-1 count. And we'll do it again. See if he's going to show bunt. Infield is in. Burton's cheating in. He does show now. He's going to pull back and takes ball 2. Kind of trying maybe a slap bunt there. Don't know if he did that on his own or if the coach called it, but it might have been just because Burton was coming so far in. Maybe he was just trying to get Burton to hold back. With the 2-1 now, Shun checks the runners. Shows bunt. He does bunt. Gumage fields, fires to the covering Margolis, and he gets out. So the sack bunt is good. St. John's thought he might have pulled his foot, but from here, I got a pretty good angle. It looked like he kept his foot, so that is the first out, but it does advance the runners for Jansen as he heads back to the dugout with a lot of high fives from his teammates. So the 5-4 put out brings us to Rodney Erickson, the right fielder. Erickson was 0 for 2 with a sack bunt and a looking strikeout in game 1. Coach Parrington leaves the infield back except for Gumage at third base early in the game, and it is just tied. Gumage fields it. He comes home with the high throw. So and the runner's going to get advanced to second as that one got away from Bowman. Unfortunate there. Gumage, maybe he thought that he couldn't make that throw across to first, but because he dove and he's basically on the baseline, that was a really tough throw. He had to throw it high over the runner and ends up sailing his catcher. I'm going to determine if that's ruled a throwing error. Well, for sure it's going to be an error because the runner gets the second, but it is going to be a fielder's choice, and Coach Parrington is going to go out. It looks like a pitching change is going to be made. So I'll step away during that change and be back to talk through what's happened so far when we get back.